over my dead body. I'm told that is the verdict of Prince William to the idea of any type of reconciliation with his brother, Prince Harry, his increasingly desperate, his increasingly deluded brother, Prince Harry.
A royal insider has just leaked Prince William's most explosive comment yet, a furious "over my dead body" aimed at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. This shocking statement reportedly came during behind-the-scenes discussions about Harry's possible return to royal life, and, well, let's just say, William isn't having it.
And it's not just my reporting that suggests William is 100% opposed to any type of rapprochement with his dastardly brother, not to mention, by the way, the woman who caused all the issues in the first place, Meghan Markle. We're going to get the verdict of Angela Levin, Prince Harry's biographer, in just one moment. But first, let's take a look at Piers Morgan's scathing verdict.
This is a delusional, treacherous, bitter little man who's completely lost touch with all reality, a multi-millionaire who's raked in a fortune by regularly abusing his family and regurgitating private stories in books and TV shows while simultaneously lecturing the rest of us about not invading privacy. It's quite extraordinary, isn't it, that he should expect us to pay for him to live as a celebrity. In a half-hearted appeal to the sympathy vote, he said he would like to reconcile with his father before crudely and shockingly speculating on his father's battle with cancer.
Now remember, Piers Morgan, as we know, speaks directly to Queen Camilla and Princess Beatrice and Eugenie. This was his take on William's response to the idea of some sort of make-up with his little bro.
Is that the Princess of Wales and the Duchess of Sussex are attempting to reconcile. The brothers are attempting to reconcile
Absolutely
Harry
untrue.
with the father.
I don't. Absolutely untrue.
I really hope that what I've
I'm told
read...
Prince William would literally rather shoot himself.
Honestly, I hope that what I've read is true, because it's important.
No,
you are seeing a decline in the status of the monarchy.
Because
Together is stronger. Together is stronger.
Angela Levin, I'm hearing over my dead body. Piers Morgan is hearing that William would rather shoot himself. What's your take on all of this?
Well, I mean, Harry has been absolutely revolting, hasn't he?
Yep.
That's not the way to behave. But it's also so mixed up. One sentence is saying, you know, I will forgive them. Even that's sort of pretty ghastly, but I will forgive them. I want to be there. I want to make it all right. And the next, he's suggesting what absolutely the king and the rest of the royals don't want, that he will come and talk and sell everything off to somebody to earn some money of whatever they said, particularly with his father's illness of cancer. You have to be very careful who you discuss it with. And it's obvious that he doesn't want to say exactly what type it is, and we must abide by that.
Don't forget to subscribe. This is the kind of royal truth the palace doesn't want you to hear. According to a senior royal source, Prince William blew up when advisors suggested the idea of reconciling with Harry and possibly reintegrating him into royal duties.
But Harry wants to, I think it all goes back to Meghan, who wants to destroy the royal family. And whatever he says and whatever he tries to do, it's got to have this part that is going to kill it off. He says he's going to stay with the Prime Minister and with the and try and get him to sort of change things so that he can change the law. Having spent week after week and now being responsible for paying £1.5 million for all the people who've been speaking on his behalf or not speaking on his behalf. So it's just the most biggest nasty mess. And actually what really has made lots of people feel sick is his way of saying, well, my father, I don't know how long he's going to live.
Well, yes, actually, let's take a look at the moment that he said exactly that, and then you'll see how Piers Morgan responds.
How much longer my father has. You know, he won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile.
You think that's the only reason he doesn't want to talk to you, Harry? It's not that you trashed him, his wife, your brother's wife, everybody else, calling them all a bunch of callous racists. Think that might have played some part in why none of them want to talk to you or trust you as far as they can throw you? Now, obviously, if Harry did want to reconcile with his father, then perhaps he wouldn't be repeatedly attacking him on TV. The fact is that he and Meghan have become a waning brand of vanishingly limited interest to the American or the British public. Their only currency that works is to peddle very unpleasant stuff about the family and monarchy that they abandoned and are now apparently on a mission to destroy. Now, the king can end this feud, Harry's right, but not by shaking hands with this treacherous little weasel, but by stripping him and his wife of the royal titles that they love to use for commercial gain without doing any of the work that comes with being a working royal in this country. And we saw that, of course, as the VE Day celebrations happened this week. That's what a real royal does. They don't lounge in a California mansion spending the ill-gotten gains they make from trashing their family.
And Angela, I think there is this increasing pressure coming down on the king to just say enough is enough. I mean, remember, Angela, in this interview, Harry comes very close. I mean, I would actually argue that he does clearly suggest that the royal family was trying to kill him. It's out of control.
His response? Over my dead body will he step back in? This wasn't a public statement. It was a raw private reaction, one that shows just how deep the wounds go between the two brothers.
Yes, that is completely out of. And that was the feeling that because they won't give him the bodyguards who have got guns, therefore they want to kill him. But there's a whole list of people that you can go to who are very good. And even if he doesn't get to those, if he's coming for a special reason to see his father or to be involved in something royal, then he will automatically get very good, very high rating, protection. But actually, for somebody who wants to do nothing towards the royal family, won't actually help out with anything, why on earth does he think he deserves this? He says because he wants to bring his children, but that's not an answer. The children couldn't care less because they don't know anything about it. Meghan says she's never going to come, but you see, if she got 24/7 protection, she'd be there and she'd be taking as much information as she could, which she would then offer it to Netflix. You see, you can't trust them, what they're doing. That's why people can't talk to them. I remember that Princess Anne said something, I think it was after Prince Philip's death, and she said, the only thing we can talk about, Harry, now is the weather. And I think that's actually quite right. So it's been going on for years, and he won't absolutely accept it or understand it or make some sort of offer. He can't just say, well, I think I will forgive them now, and not want to apologise himself. He's got masses to apologise, masses and masses. And Meghan, of course, won't let him because her attitude is extraordinary. If anybody's trying to kill the royal family, it's her. The royal family is not trying to kill him.
And especially given the stress she put the late Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip under. In this latest episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored, Angela, he's also gone back a little bit, but it really is worth listening to because remember he lost his job at ITV's Good Morning Britain for claiming that Meghan Markle was lying in her Oprah Winfrey interview, something that we both believe and have been able to prove over the years that she most certainly was. Well, Piers now thinks he can deliver the proof that Meghan and Harry both lied to Oprah. Watch this.
Those are your words.
Okay.
And Prince Harry very clearly said those were not the words that he used to describe.
He later blamed the media.
He heard.
Let me just remind you what they told Oprah Winfrey. She said that she was suicidal and that when she went to somebody senior at the palace to ask for help, she was told she couldn't get any. I didn't believe it at the time. It never appeared in Harry's book. She's never repeated it. There has never been any shred of evidence to support that story whatsoever. One. Secondly, we now know from Omid Rabies, whatever his name is, that arse-licking little bird that does whatever they tell him to do, from a book that appeared in Holland, and I was the one that revealed this, that he reported that the two royals who Meghan Markle claimed had been racist about the skin colour of her baby even before it was born. Well,
Harry had raised in conversation
they had raised
with Meghan Sussex.
That she wanted us to believe, and told the world via Oprah, that they had raised concerns about the skin colour of her unborn baby. In what world do you think it is likely that Catherine or Charles ever espoused a single racist undertone to any comment about the birth of their unborn child? And again, Paula, it never appeared in his book. He never repeated it again, and nor did she. And in fact, he then said later, oh, no, it was the media that said it was racist, not me, Gov.
And Angela, why this matters so much is that this was the red line. It's like Prince Harry can go on to the British Bashing Corporation, the BBC, and say, I want a reconciliation. But I'm sorry, until you apologise, until you admit that you lied, until you admit that Charles and Catherine did not make a racist comment, there is no going back. And I do not blame William one bit for his position, because it was made abundantly clear to Harry before the publication of Spare, before the Netflix series, that if he wanted any way back, he had to be careful in certain areas. And not only was he just not careful, Angela, he actually went so far.
And for William, it's not just about betrayal, it's about protecting the monarchy from further damage. William reportedly sees Harry's actions, including the Oprah interview, Spare and the Netflix doc, as acts of disloyalty and public humiliation. While Harry claims to want healing, William believes the Sussexes crossed a line, exposing private royal matters and weaponising their pain for profit.
Well, that book is absolutely repulsive, isn't it? But I have said time after time, I don't understand why all these ghastly things are in it. If he felt that he wanted to make amends in the future, I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to do. But I wondered who encouraged him to do that? Who encouraged him to say that he'd killed 20 people in Afghanistan? Who will tell him that he has done all sorts of difficult and horrible things and then pretended that they're not there? I can't understand it. I thought maybe the person who read the book for the publisher, maybe the lawyer who always makes sure that you haven't got things that will go to court. None of that seems to have said, look out, mate, don't you think you ought to be very careful about that, especially saying how many people you've killed in the army. It won't help you. But I can't imagine that Harry said yes, and I want to take it out. And I can't imagine that he said nothing about it. I mean, it's just a very peculiar position that he's in, but he's lost both ways. And I think you can never forget that. And he doesn't want to go backwards. He and Meghan pretend there's no backwards. They start again, which is why he keeps going back to court, because he never listens to what they say, that you can't do this. And he still says, yes, I can. And he keeps on and on and on and on, because in the end, he hopes that they give in. But it's a ridiculous way to behave, and so spiteful and nasty. And why don't they? If they hate the royal family, they can't bear anything about it. Go and have a lovely time in America. Do what you like. Shut up. Just get on with what you want to do. Never mind about showing your children. Just get on with it. You can have a lovely time. But actually, this horrible, nasty, spiteful, awful part of them is just pouring out now. They just really seem to be going ahead with this because they really want to try. It's a time when they really want to try non-stop to make everything fall. And they've taken advantage of the illness, and they take advantage of the ages of the royal family. And it stinks terribly.
I also love the fact that Piers just knows how to burst all of Meghan's bubbles, right? And he does so quite spectacularly because remember, he knew her. Meghan Markle was desperate to be BFFs with Piers Morgan, or maybe even more, who knows? Desperate for that before she met Harry. And in this little moment, Angela, Piers reveals the real Meghan Markle, and it's nothing like the Earth Mother that she tries to portray on Jamie Kern-Lima's podcast.
I knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake, right? She was a real hard-nosed LA girl, right, who was on the fast track. Yeah. Now she's like this, oh, I'm soft, I'm mummy, I'm this. It's all bullshit.
And Meghan? Sources say William doesn't trust her intentions at all, believing she's the driving force behind the chaos. Prince William's explosive over my dead body response may have shut the door on reconciliation for good, marking a new era of royal firmness. Is this the end of the road for Harry and Meghan's royal ties? Let us know what you think. Has William finally said what the nation feels? Smash that like button if you support William's decision, and make sure to subscribe for the royal stories they don't want you to hear.